Hi, I'm Teresa Rayner. This is Module 1 for Data Analysis and Assessment. And this slide shows some pictures of my family. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I got my bachelor's degree at Kansas State University in elementary education. I taught for a few years and then I stayed home and I raised my children. And then when my youngest started school, I went back to teaching. I've lived in Topeka, Kansas for the last 15 years, but last year I took a 1-year leave of absence and for my husband's job, and we moved to Montreal, Canada. That's where we're living right now. And since I could not teach here in Canada, I started my master's program. These are my children. Corey is 24. He lives in Topeka. He's in the Air National Guard and he's a firefighter. He likes to run and sail, hunt, and travel. Allison is 21. She lives in Manhattan, Kansas, and is getting her degree at Kansas State University in elementary education. She is a very talented artist, and she's getting a minor in art as well as a minor in special ed. She has a real heart, especially for children with special needs. She has been a camp counselor for the last 9 summers at Camp Barnabas, which is a camp for kids with special needs. Catherine is 16 and in 10th grade. She lives here in Montreal with us. She is basically studying abroad at a bilingual school because French is the language spoken here in Montreal. She plays soccer and runs track and also has a heart for kids with special needs and works at Camp Barnabas and has for the last 3 summers. She will do her last 2 years of high school at back in the States when we return this fall. Things that I like to do outside of school: we love to travel, both within the U.S. and internationally. We've lived internationally twice, once in Panama, Central America, and now in Montreal. We have a boat and kayaks, and we love to be out on the water whenever possible. We're big K-State fans, football season ticket holders. I'm looking forward to returning to that. And I'm also very involved in our church back in Kansas, and I'm a youth leader there for that. I teach at an elementary school in a very large district in Topeka, Kansas. I've taught 4th grade for the last 8 years, and I absolutely love that age. Teach at a great school, wonderful staff, very involved families and parents, which is great. I said I did take a 1-year leave of absence, so I am looking forward to returning back to my building this fall. Critical reflection regarding school and data. On this slide, I have various ways that we collect data in 4th grade at my school. We meet weekly to discuss that data and how we level students and any interventions we're doing, both enrichment and remediation, and how we adjust groups. We don't just look at state assessment scores at the end of the year and then place the kids in levels. We are constantly adjusting and moving them based on how they're doing in the current unit and whatever subject we're working with. We also meet weekly in a PLC regarding individual students that we're monitoring and that maybe have individual behaviors or academic plans. I feel like there's always room for improvement. We work pretty independently in 4th grade at our building, and I feel like we probably could work better with the entire school, especially grade 3 and 5 on either side of us, and looking at their standards and what they're teaching and what we're teaching. And I just feel like more could be done there. We got a new principal a year ago, and a lot of great changes were being made as far as having school-wide procedures and getting us all kind of on the same page. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that when I return. Critique of my own personal knowledge of data and using that data to inform decisions. I am constantly assessing students both formally and informally in my classroom and using that data to drive my instruction as far as how long I spend on a unit or a topic or a unit, and then any interventions that I have to do based on that. We have leveled guided reading and guided math, and we do grade-wide interventions, so that data is constantly driving all of that. To be honest, I feel like at least our district assesses too much. I feel like kids are being tested all the time, and sometimes I feel like we have data that maybe isn't even necessary, that we test them on things and we just kind of collect the data. So I'd like to see that not be the case. Self-improvement plan. There's always room for improvement. I feel like we just need to continually be looking at how we can improve. Sometimes that makes us uncomfortable, but it's necessary. We need to continue to look at education and how we can be better teachers and how we can serve our students better. When I return, I'm going to have to learn about all the changes that were made when I left. I did a little bit before I left, but I want to continue to visit other grade PLCs and collaborate with them and see how they use and track data and how they use it, and get ideas from them. Teachers have great ideas, and we can share those. They hired 2 interventionists for teachers right before I left, so I'm excited to work with them and see the ideas that they might have of how I can improve things in my classroom. I'm excited to learn in this class and feel more informed about using data to drive instruction instead of just collecting it. And self-reflection. I feel like that's something that we always need to be doing at the end of every day, at the end of every unit, at the end of every school year, and seeing what we can do to improve ourselves and better serve our students. Looking forward to getting to know each one of you in this class, and thanks.